Hello and welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be quite a short one compared to my previous videos. I'm obviously going to be doing back. The main reason why it's quite short is because where I train, it's kind of hard to create new ideas for training. I'm hoping to be changing gym facility shortly. But yeah, there's a few new things in the video. I think it's a mixture of old and new. Obviously, I think there's one or two exercises that I'm going to be teaching you for those who are starting off for doing basic stuff, which is the best idea to look at. But it'll be, like I said, it's going to be a very short video. There isn't really much I can say about it. But I hope you do enjoy it. Like I said, in each video, if you've got any questions, please ask. And yeah, let's just get into it. Thank you.
So here we go. So I'll be using this machine twice. This one, with the angle I'm doing right now, it's something I've started doing myself. It's a great opportunity to actually do this with this machine because obviously doing single arm on this angle, it actually impacts the lats a lot more. Even whatever way you do, trust me, I felt it the next day, and especially when you get that squeeze right at the bottom, if you can hold it for a few seconds at the bottom, it'll impact your lats a lot more. So I've changed it a little bit now, but in this video obviously you can see I'm doing double arm for this. So for this one, you don't want to go heavy for this. Basically you want to get the good stretch all the way up, and as you come down, try and get that good squeeze. As you can see in the video, I'm going a bit slower. I'm trying to get this good, like I said, I'm trying to get a really good stretch and squeeze it as I'm coming in. At that point, obviously, I keep saying in all these videos, slow and concentrate is the best way to build a muscle. Every exercise, I would suggest you all do that. Trust me, I've been doing it for a while now, and it's the best impact for training. I don't know if you can see on this, but I'm not actually lifting that heavy. You don't need to for this, because whether it's single arm or double arm, it still hits the muscles quite well. So I still do this as my last one for my lats. The only thing I don't like about this is that because by the time I get to this one after doing those two exercises, my lats are absolutely killing, so I can't actually lift that heavy. The only thing I would suggest people do is don't go right close up to the machine like I see a lot of people do. You don't need to swing your body back to get the bar down. And also don't put the bar behind your head as well when you're doing this sort of exercise, because you can actually damage your spine. Do the technique I'm doing. It's the best version for it. Trust me on that. So I do like doing this one. The only issue I have with this one is to get the perfect angle, you got to bring your upper body a bit further down. So my angle actually isn't that bad. The only way I can actually get a better angle is if I lower the weight, but the problem is I'm not going to be able to feel the impact. So the angle I've got at is probably the best for that sort of exercise for this. Now, I started doing this a few weeks back, and I absolutely love it. Obviously, you don't get much of a good stretch because obviously I'm limited for the gap between for the bench, for the cushion is, to where the bar would be resting. But if you bring your arms wide out, and even if you have to go a bit lighter, when you get it up, try and hold it for a few seconds. Trust me, you will feel it the next day, and it's an absolute brilliant exercise, especially when you don't have much from this training facility to actually use. Now, this machine, I would suggest if you're going to start doing outer grip, especially with static movement, I would suggest using this instead of going straight for the bar, which you saw earlier. I would suggest for those who are starting off. The one you saw earlier is more for advanced. This one, because obviously it's more static, you can't be worried about if your right or left arm comes in a bit quicker than the other one. This one, at least this way, you can actually get the stretch and you can actually have more of the impact on your back. But I would suggest using this to start off with. So this one for single arm dumbbell. So I've seen a few people do this myself. Obviously, as you can see, I'm not going straight up and down. I'm doing a bit of a curve into it. The main reason why you do that is you get this. If you do the curve, as you come down, you're forcing your back to go a bit further down, and as you come in, you basically squeeze the dumbbell right into your hip. you get the impact on the back much greater. So the machine you showed me earlier when I did the static for the arrow grip, you can use that for this as well. But if you're going to use dumbbells, I suggest start off with this, because if you do lighter weight, it's much better for this sort of exercise. As you can see, the back's straight. This is what you want if you're using this sort of exercise. The back must stay straight. You don't actually have to stretch down to get the dumbbell, but as long as you're getting that full range of movement, that's what you need. So you've probably seen this in a previous video as well, this sort of exercise. I still like this. The only thing I would want, if this training facility had it, which is a machine to do this with, because if you have a machine to do this, you can actually concentrate more on the back. The only issue I have with this is, as you can see, I'm having to lift my body up to get more of an impact on the back that I do it with. I would prefer to have a machine, but you can only do what I've got in that training facility. So this is the first time I'm doing it on this rack, and my weights aren't as heavy as I'm used to having them. The main reason is because the bar I'm using is not very stable, which I can only apologise for. But again, a great exercise for lower back. Again, don't go heavy for this, because a lot of people use hand grips for it to wrap around the bar. If that drops, you're going to injure yourself badly. Now, I've just started doing this myself. Again, it's sort of like a deadlift in a way, but instead of starting from the bottom, I'm starting from the top, and I'm not going all the way down. I'm just doing enough to impact my lower back. That way you're getting a great movement. And for this isn't about building my lower back, because you physically can't. It's just about strengthening the lower back, so that way the other exercises are a lot more easier, so I can lift a bit more on the other exercises. But again, it's good, especially with the Swiss machine. It's better to actually use that. I will never get tired of using this one, because I'm starting to use dumbbells now. Obviously, I'm using the plate in this. The only problem I have with this is that eventually, whatever you use for the weight, you start finding it much easier, a lot quicker. So you're going up the weight too quickly. Again, I would say slow down and actually just go slow both up and down, more concentrated, and it's a lot better. I'll always use this. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much. Please.